What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Mr. Freeze is the name of a pair of roller coasters I'm sure many of you recognize, and they are often regarded as being some of the most intense coasters out there from the late 1990s. With backwards launches, inverted top hats, and giant vertical rollbacks shooting into the hypercoaster category, I've personally experienced both of them myself, and found the ride experience to be even better and more intimidating than anything I ever could have expected. But did you know that in 2011, 13 years after the original two, a third Mr. Freeze debuted under the radar in Indonesia? Well, that's right, one did. Located mostly outside at an indoor theme park, this new gen Premier Rides design coaster features an LSM launch, inverted top hat, and of course a vertical rollback, but also utilizes a few designs and tweaks of its own. However, its story and history with its park are much more interesting than that, and there's a lot more to be said about this awesome little coaster. So of course, what is it, and where did it come from? This is the story of Trans Studio Bandung's racing coaster. Located in Bandung, Indonesia, Trans Studio Bandung is a shopping mall / amusement park and hotel that initially started in operation back in 2001, though things like the actual amusement park itself weren't added until later in 2011. It is situated on a 10-acre plot of land and is divided into many specialized areas, including a shopping mall known as TSM, Trans Studio Mall, a recreation park known as Trans Studio, a 3-star hotel known as Ibis Bandung Trans Studio, and a 5-star luxury hotel also known as the Trans Luxury Hotel. Owned by both local and international tenants, this has caused it to morph into more things than one, and as a result has seen a tremendous amount of success since its debut. And of these successes came the topic of today's video in the form of a massive indoor theme park known as Trans Studio Bandung. The Trans Studio Bandung theme park is one of the largest indoor theme parks in the world and debuted on June 18, 2011 in the Bandung Super Mall region. It's also Indonesia's second theme park following Trans Studio Makassar, which opened in 2008 with a total of 20 rides and attractions to offer. These rides are split into 3 sections, including the Lost City, a jungle theme zone, Magic Corner, a fairy tale land, and Studio Central, a 60s Hollywood themed section, featuring the star of the show today, Racing Coaster. Originally known as Yamaha Racing Coaster when it debuted in 2011, thanks to a sponsorship from Yamaha, this Premier Rides built shuttle coaster reaches a max height of 164 feet, speeds of 62 miles an hour, and features one inversion in the form of an inverted top hat. But to go through all of this, riders are first met with a queue that starts indoors from inside the mall. Snaking its way through some mild theming, once riders reach the actual station, they are assigned one of 12 seats on the one train the coaster has, and proceed to exit the station via an LSM launch. This LSM launch will take riders to that max speed of 62 miles an hour in 2 seconds, and moreover outside of the mall. From here, an inverted top hat is met, where riders will experience an upside down hang time point, following a half helix, and then the highest point on the ride, a 164-foot vertical rollback. After this, because of its shuttle design, riders will then fall back through the entire process and stroll back into the station. Now, I'm sure many of you are feeling like that you've seen this layout before, and as I mentioned in the intro, you definitely have. Though not exactly the same, and most certainly not a clone, Racing Coaster very closely resembles the layout of that of the Mr. Freeze twins at Six Flags St. Louis and Six Flags Over Texas, and as a result has often been dubbed the third or mini Mr. Freeze. Although, it's more different from them than some give Racing Coaster credit. Both the trains and the launch systems are different, and the ride has been tweaked quite a bit to fit its terrain. So though maybe not completely custom, the ride certainly has a lot going for it, and I think it looks quite fun. What do you guys think though? I mean, if you've ridden rides like Full Throttle, that new epic coaster at Doha Quest, or any of these newish gen Premier launch coasters, I'll bet you'd have a pretty good idea of what this would be like. Either way though, that's just again another rundown of a coaster I'll bet not a lot of you heard of, and I'd like to ask you to please like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. It just takes a few seconds and it really helps a lot, so if you could do that, that'd be great. Furthermore, if any of you guys have any video suggestions, you can please just leave those down below. We also take a look at those and do consider them. But, as always, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days. My name's Josiah, and until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your days, and we'll see you all there. See ya!